Hello, this is Roland. Welcome. Today I want to talk about the Lord's Supper a little bit. The Lord's Supper is very special, and I want to talk to you about it. This morning, I was working on my book, which is almost ready, my new book, and it's called A Taste of Eternity. It's a beautiful book. And I was talking about food, and I said that food is a big problem for everyone. Not just for people who have food issues, but everyone. And here's the reason. We eat to deny. However, would it be possible to reverse? And then a lot of things go wrong through this separation from God. See, now how can you be restored to God? Well, it would have been nice, like I said, if your father was there for you and you had a good relationship with your father and you didn't resent him and you saw good in him. You saw it. And it was unmistakable. It was there. It was good. It was there, and you knew that it was there. You would have been okay. But since that undoubtedly didn't happen for most people, now you can begin you can easily reverse the effect, reverse your allegiance by simply now believing in the truth. Believing in the truth about your failing, and about the food, and about the serpent, and about, and also not resent your father. Maybe that's the most important of all. You can start with that. Don't resent your dad. Now that you've heard what I said, now you see no one had been there for him either. His father wasn't there for him. Nobody taught him these things. See, he didn't know. He thought that looking to the woman for love and giving Mother's Day cards and Valentine's Day cards and bringing chocolate and flowers and all of the, talk about love, which people don't know what love is at all. The world's idea of love, Hollywood's idea of love, and so forth is the opposite of love. So he didn't know any of that. So he just didn't know any better. He was suffering too. He saw his wife was angry at him and the kids were not doing so good sometimes, and he didn't understand. So have compassion on him. Don't feel sorry for him, but have compassion upon him, and don't resent him. Forgive, even as Christ said on the cross. He said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." Forgive your father. He didn't know what he was doing. Okay. Plus, there was a lot against him. The whole world was against him. See. Now, forgive your father. Then you can find God's love within. And then the other thing, we're talking about food now, so I want to put a little extra touch on this just to take you toward some of the things beyond this. I wrote a book about this called Forbidden Food. Excellent book. And I also talk about food in my relationship books, like The Myths and Mysteries of Marriage, and I talk about food in my new book, which will soon be available at Amazon or from me, called A Taste of Eternity. Okay? So here's what I want to say. If you could, for example, if you got the little meditation that I have and you learn to be objective, you learn to stand back from thoughts and emotions and learn to become more centered and calm and a little bit distant to the things that used to pull you in all the time, that used to take you away from reality. See, one of them being food. If you learn to be a bit more objective, a little bit, and stand back a little bit, then you will be able to, with God's grace, begin to approach food with a different attitude. See, if you welcome truth, in other words, if you now want to know the truth, and you're willing to admit the truth, even if it shows that you're wrong, okay, you hated your dad and you were phony with people and you took drugs and whatever else you did, okay, now you see it, you're sorry about those things and you regret them, but you're not going to try to duck the truth anymore. You want to admit the truth. Even if you have to see your own wrong, you're willing to see it. Well, now you don't need to hide. Now there's no reason to deny truth anymore. You want the truth. See, that's the big change. You want the truth. So now you don't have to eat to deny. You don't have to drink to deny. And some of the first things that give you up will be the really gross things that you acquired most recently. I mean, you know, in recent years, things like smoking and drugs. And see, there's a good chance they may just give you up. Because you won't need it. You'll be incompatible with them. You'll find yourself incompatible with phony friends too. Phony friends who are leading you down. See? But you'll also be able to look at food. Now, food is very subtle. Food and sex will be the very last things that you will totally master. But even from the beginning, you'll be able to eat with awareness. Maybe not always, but you'll begin to see the effect that food has on you. You'll see yourself drifting into the food and away from reality. And afterwards you'll say, what's this all about? One minute I was aware, and the next minute the whole potato chip bag is gone and all the food's gone, and where was I? See? Like you were in a daydream. Okay? So you'll begin to see that. And the more you see, the more you'll have power over yourself. Okay? So when you eat with awareness, see what a difference that makes? Instead of eating to be unaware, instead of eating to deny, now you eat and hang on to some awareness. Okay? If you can hang on to some awareness, that's good. Do you see that the Lord's Supper reverses what happened in the Garden of Eden? Instead of being cursed, now the food is blessed. Instead of the food bringing oblivion, now the food brings awareness. If you eat remembering Christ, okay, remembering God, see? So it changes everything. It changes your relationship with food. It changes food effect on you. It reverses what happened in the garden. Okay? So now you see what the Lord's Supper, I just gave you a little touch, just a little promo to give you a hint as to what the Lord's Supper is. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I certainly enjoyed making it. And Lord willing, I'll see you later when I make my next video.